Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. This is episode 840.3. It's about fucking time for Weed Nerd World. Cheers to you guys. Hopefully you got a great weekend. Amazing start to your week. This top chat. This chat popped out. What's up, Hicini? Some BT, but E kilowatts. Ain't no buzz in the house. I know. Sorry about that, guys. It was an unintended pocket live, I guess. Alright, now I need my chair. Live, music. Time to roll one. Wait for some weed nerds. What are you guys smoking on? Rolling up a little bit of Eagle Knievel from Mr. Seymour Cuts. I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of this with the cleaner from Brett Anderson. What's up, crack babies? Nice. TLK, nice. What is the flavor profile on that? Holy fucking shit, is it hot? Nice. You never know, one of these days, maybe I will just fucking go live while I work. I don't know. Laying brick pavers today, or tearing them out, getting them ready for the next, for tomorrow to be relayed. Alright, back to the Stoobies. What up, Brett? Don't be supersonic. 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 This was a fucking crazy time in life. What were you guys doing when JJ Fad was singing Supersonic? Yeah, it sure did. I don't know how, I mean, literally, I don't know how you fucking pocket goes live. Hey, baby. Smoking some Slurricane. Good choice. Good choice. Drinking gallons of alcohol. That's terrible, man. Don't do that. Alcohol is terrible for you. Or at least it's terrible for me, anyways. Alright, I don't know what they're going to play us next, so I better look. Uh-oh, Miss Elliott. We're going to look around now. What else we got? Fuck it, we're going with some tweet. Huh? What do you guys think about that? Can't get my chat broke out. Oh, alright, I got you drinking down. A little slow today, I guess. Come on, about to go to the 3. Still so high, hypnotized in a trance from his body. So full of red brown. That's a good one too. Tantalizing. Thought I needed help from this feeling that I was probably skating too right about then.
so the things missing.
There goes my skirt, dropping my feet.
Oh my! So we're gonna get some weed nerds in here tonight or what? The fuck? 15 of you guys want to? I don't know, I'm late. Had to work today, man. It's fucking long ass day. Long ass day. Had to fucking get some food. Come sliding in late. Mr. Smile. Mr. Smile.
Over to the left, a reflection of myself. That's why I couldn't catch my breath. Oops, there goes my shirt up over my head.
Oh my!
Oops, there goes my skirt.
Man, we don't get nobody in. You guys are gonna watch me do some fucking gardening work or something.
Some kind of touch caressing my face.
It's almost time to open the tents. The condom needs to be sprayed. Some things might need to be watered.
I looked over to the left. I was feeling so good, I had to touch myself. I looked over to the left. I was eyeing my thighs.
Dabs up, says T-Barrington. Man, I'm fucking burning up. I need a shower or something terrible. Oh, the fuck, it is hot as fuck today. It was bearable, but it was still 95. Probably 100 with the heat index. I know at one point I looked earlier in the day and it was 90, felt like 96. Appreciate that, T. Barrington. Oh my. What's up, Miranda Family Fires trying to warn me that I was going live. Books are funny. At least it was live and in my pocket during some as most innocent as it could be. Oh yeah, I gotta be outside through the next 3-4 days. Fucking all out in the sun. A little bit of shade. It is what it is. Much needed work though. I'm grateful for it. Let's see what we can find for next. Bluesy it up a little bit. Ganja Ninja, what up? That was good shit. What up, Johnny? How you doing, my friend? How you been? How's the garden? How's your bag? Thank you, Sacred Gardens. Peace be with you, brother. How was your day? Are you a Father's Day? Hopefully you had a good Father's Day if that applies. If not, I hope you had a wonderful day anyway. You think so? Man, we missed a fucking beautiful sunset, man. It was fucking straight up fucking pink. Not orange, not gold, not yellow, but a pink ball over the lake today. It was fucking... Missed it all. I got to see just a piece of it. We'll get you in another one, though. What up, Mark? This is Beth Hart. Change is gonna come. Oh, so I haven't even got to talk about the Gems and Genetics event from last weekend. The WEedNerdWorld shirt back there. Cool ass weed nerds I got to run into. Got to sign it. I think that's pretty awesome. Gonna do more of that in the future. Some events. Try to get past events or past weed nerds. Hell yeah, Guns Ninja. Some good shit right here. I think it's a great way to. They need to be like I need to do like the event on the front, WEedNerdWorld on the back, and have everybody sign it. I think that's how they should roll. Black Eagle, full 20. Whatever. Operation Annihilation. Test Nugs. Or Test Nugs. Sorry, Test Nugs. Oh, I bet. Test Nugs. Third time's a charm, and hopefully I didn't offend you. I bet it would have been beautiful to see across Lake Erie. Cheers to you, man. Such a good tune. Oof. So, what up, Honcho? It'll be signed up again. Should have fucking tried to do it today, but that's all good. Think I'm gonna run a fucking half marathon in a Franken booth, 4th of July. At least so far, that's the plan. I may try to run the quickie next week. Need to get back at it. I'm missing it purposely too. What up? Can't believe you readers trying to listen to me babble, then jump in. Dr. Buzz Lightyear Acetone. How you doing, brother? Cheers, Doctor. I still remember you as the guy that broke me on air. Finally broke me on air trying to crack me up during the interviews. What's up, Grant? Mr. Joel. Shit. What's up?
What's going on, bud?
Not much, man. Fucking trying to stay cool here in Michigan. How's the fucking weather over there?
We topped at around 80 today.
Lucky.
Not bad.
And
we were warm last week a little bit, but we're good now. Yeah, we're just warm. Nice.
We hit 95 today.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's warm. Been a warm one. I don't know if it's Joel that froze or if it's me.
It's me. Let me try moving my phone over here a little bit. I get a little better signal right there. I don't know if that'll help or not.
Just Johnny Cane Seed rolling in too. Yeah, man.
I know fucking...
So I got another strawberry brulee, and that big old girl finally is in flower in the closet here.
Oh, cool.
I gotta fire it up. And, yeah, she runs from 10 to 10. So I gotta turn that light on here in a minute. You know, if I put timers on, I'm fucking lazy, man. Like about closing them tets up on time. But if I'm the timer, I'm more on because I know I gotta fucking go plug that light in and shit. Shit gets done. What's up, Mr. Johnny Cane Seed? Looking good, brother.
What's up, brother? I was supposed to, my earbud's not working, damn it. I couldn't hear you. Oh, well, is what it is. Yeah, shoot, man. I was supposed to go get my fucking TENS unit put into my spine today to confuse my brain so I don't feel the sciatic shit that I got going on. I haven't been able to drive my car for a couple of months now since I had my operation on my left arm. So I'm kind of immobilized, not able to go places, stranded. But this morning I got up real early to go out and do that shit, and it didn't happen. They ended up saying that we don't have any lab work. You were supposed to get some lab work. And I said, nobody told me anything about this shit. So I got up, I was there at 6:00 in the morning for this early appointment. And they ended up, after I was there for a couple hours, they finally came up to me and said, yeah, we can't find any paperwork that we need. So we can't do anything right now. We're going to have to send you home. Yeah, it was very disappointing. I was looking forward to it, but at the same time, maybe this is something telling me that I need to back away from this and tell the doctor that I need to have him try to fix it instead of putting some kind of a mechanical electronic
blocker
frequency fucking device in my back,
Is it just blocking out the pain? Is it just covering?
Yeah, that's all it does. And my question to him today was, I said, if that shit's, because when I'm driving, my leg will fucking turn on fire and it absolutely won't even, I can't even get my muscle to function. I can't get it to actuate my clutch. So I have to pull over to the side of the road and walk for a little ways to get it to relieve. And I asked him, so if I'm out there and I got this unit on and I'm driving and I don't feel that burn come on, is my leg still going to go numb and dead? And he goes, wow, that's a good question. And I'm going, are you fucking kidding me? So, yeah, I'm a little, now it made me a little apprehensive.
Yeah, I would think that reply would make me a little fucking apprehensive.
Like, am I a fucking guinea pig or something here? You're gonna figure out, let me know how it works?
Yeah, am I do I have little fucking whiskers coming out my face? Am I a guinea pig? I guess I do have whiskers coming out my face. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm a guinea pig. Okay. So, I don't know, man. I'm not sure at this point, man. I'm apprehensive after that answer.
I would be too.
It's not very reassuring.
And I don't know, maybe I'm thinking outside the box a little bit more than they are, but I'm kind of like, well, what the fuck, man? If that's not going to be beneficial for me, then that's just a fucking Band-Aid.
Yeah. That's what modern medicine is, pretty much.
And I only believe in Band-Aids when it comes to superficial scratches.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a thing the other day about Western medicine and how the whole AMA, the American Medical Association, became about like early and mid 1900s, and it came about to be like a union for the doctors. And then what they did at that point, they put in a lot of money.
Uh-oh, did we lose Eagle?
It looks like it.
Okay.
He's disappeared on us there.
In that case, it looks like you're running the show, bro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this shit around and I'll show
He's
my
coming back,
daughter.
it looks like. There he is.
There he is.
You can still show your stuff, Johnny. But they were talking about the AMA being like it was a medical union. They put in a bunch of money to block out homeopathic medicine. And even like Big Pharma was running that shit back then.
Oh, you're off. You're off.
No, they can hear me.
I hear you.
Yeah, Phil said, yeah.
I hear you and see you.
Angel said you're gone. But they like back then when it first started, all they had to do is give the AMA a bribe, no test on the drug or whatever, and it would go. Yeah. prescribed.
Money talks.
The whole thing was disgusting how it came about, to be honest with you. What are we
Look at all
looking
that.
at?
Look at that beautiful clone right there with those ugly leaves on it. Isn't that amazing?
She's pretty.
From the Sandtech. Telling you guys, that shit works. Got to try it. This is my garden. This is my bedroom. I got a dude right here. I got a dude right here. I got ideas with these guys. These guys over here are my a couple of clones right there. Those are Pandalorian #1s. In the back, I got some gooey bloobs with little babies in the back. I don't know if you can see them or not. I have to go around to the side here. Let me swing over here. Yeah, those are my gooey bloobs right here. This one and this one. Clones. And damn, I gotta redo that one. It's starting to get real bad on it. Isn't that weird how the tags, the light just kind of burns the good ink away from your tags? It's just crazy. I feel like I gotta put tape on each one of them in order for it to work properly. But this one right here is a clone of my Gorilla Bean right there. She's a real fun smoker, very sweet, very powerful, very heady. And these guys here, this is
I think we lost you, Johnny.
Yep, there I am. Sorry about that. I must have bumped a button. All right, these guys here are the crude oil. I got those from Thumbprint Genetics in Canada. And this here is the DNA Genetics. That one right there is 3-peat. And then I got RP43 right here on that one. And there's another 3-peat right there.
What's the makeup of the 3-peat? What's in that?
Oh, I'd have to get out the. It's got some really old school stuff that they put together in there. And one of them is the RP43, which is the other two. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to get the bag out to look at it again. And yeah, but it's
Looks good.
This one here has variegation through the whole thing. I mean, it's got that shit just going on everywhere. You know, it's crazy. It's got variegation all the way through this shit. It's just absolutely insane. I can't wait to see what it looks like in flower. That one there. That's a very interesting lady. Okay, bring you guys over to the other spot. This is my transition area. This is where I upload them to the pot that they're going to be in flower. And they sit in here for a couple of weeks. And they start growing their roots, get their root base set up so that when they go into flower, they're ready to rock and roll. My phone seems to keep wanting to, oh, I see what's going on. I have to get out of that mode.
The background.
Yeah, so this one here is a RP43.
We're still looking at the bud.
All right, what the hell's going on here?
Bud. Beautiful bud.
That's my gooey bloobs. Trying to figure out what the hell I did here. I'm Uncle Rickin. Hang on a second.
You got the background on. You got to turn off your the background.
That's what I need to do. Turn the backgrounds. I don't know how that even got on there. I had it off. That's Uncle Rick right there, buddy. Tell you what. Okay, now I'm out of it. All right, good. All right, so this one here is RP43, which is Richard Petty 43. What's up, Sham? And this one here is 3-peat. Somebody here? There's my guard dog. He's a badass, man. He'll lick the skin right off your face, man. I'm telling you. All right. Going into the flower. And this first one we're coming to here is my Gorilla Bean. And that one there, the Gorilla Bean is Smiley's GG4 High Mac cross to Jelly Bean.
Looking
And
good.
she's got some pretty sexy buds on. Let's see if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Do I have to have it this way to zoom in? Yeah. There we go.
I can never get it to zoom in when I'm on my phone. Pretty frosty.
You have to turn it standing straight up in order to get it to zoom in. And this one here is Funky Cabbage. And that's by Lemon Blossoms. And that's the first time I've grown this one here. So she's you know, she's very hairy. She's like a 70s lady. She's got a lot of extra leaves on her. You know? Yeah, she's just like a 70s lady. She's starting to give me a little bit of frost up there. That's good. Just starting to show a little bit of that. And this one right here is my my PBK hoe to Crazy Uncle Josh. And she's a spindly little lady, but she all right, see if I can zoom in. She's very frosty. She's sexy. She's got some nice buds on her. She's very tasty. She gives super clean highs. I love the shit. Really tastes awesome. And this one here is a clone of the Pandalorian #1. She's just starting to get into flower here. Probably about 3 weeks in, maybe tops. And this one here is the Pandalorian #3. And I had a couple of problems with her when I was bringing her in. I broke a couple of branches off, so that's why she looks a little. Got that cut off right there and that cut off over there. It's like I beat the hell out of this poor girl, but they're resilient. She's got some nice look to her. She's going to have some good heady high kind of a body odor, kind of a smell with a little bit of a, I don't know, kind of like a cleaner kind of a smell at the back end of it. And then there's another one of the Pandalorians right there, the #1, a clone. Underlighting going on there. 27-gallon pots in the earth box. She needs water. So anyways, that's my ladies.
I gotta open tents. I can hear you. I'm here. I can hear you.
Nice.
I converted.
I just got them taken down the Dosey Dum by Jinx Proof, and I got that one from Seth, and it'll be the first time I'm smoking that here pretty soon. It'll be good. Looking forward to trying it. I can back that off a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing yet here, guys. I guess that is what it is. And put me a background on here.
All the stuff here, I can't figure out half this shit on my phone.
Oh, there we go. 10 flower areas are lit. I can't wait to get a little bit bigger flower area. Hopefully very soon. Very soon. But I am enjoying at least having the perpetual. It's like one every 2 weeks now, so at least I got that.
Awesome to see you up here, Joel. Good to see you on here a lot more often. I'm enjoying your videos on your farm and stuff. Awesome stuff, man. Loving that.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to get on more often. I plan to do a lot more around the house here, probably with the videos. So I actually started working on writing the book, doing some basic like home breeding stuff, and then as I worked from that, I've actually started adding more and more ideas I wanted to add to it, and it's kind of turned into being more than just a book. I think I'm going to do. I actually need to get together like a small production crew or something. Somebody can help me shoot some videos and figure out how to put together a whole show about just, turning your property and maximizing your property into producing everything you want for yourself. Being able to have a hobby on your property that you do, produce your own food. I want to do a cooking show, cooking the food after I harvest it, growing my own bud, enjoying the bud while I'm cooking the food, the whole deal together. So I think it'd be something I really want to kind of expand. I started, trying to think about doing an outline for a book. I'm putting it all together. I'm like, this is a big book, or it's like multiple books. Really, they're kind of a couple different areas, but they kind of go together. It's like living the good life when like you're having your own place and just doing everything kind of. So I'm just starting the process now of trying to find somebody that can shoot video and edit and do all that kind of shit. Help me put together a viable, fun show.
Nice. That's fucking awesome, man. I love that. Getting motivated, doing stuff. And you have a farm to do it on too, man. That's just
I mean, it's like I got farm, I got woods, I got everything going on. I've got about 5 acres.
Man, that's nice. That's a good little.
Yeah, it's a good amount of. It's not too much, not overwhelming. I can almost handle it all myself. It's a little bit with the encroachment of the woods on my property, because all the woods and all the different vining stuff, like the poison oak and the berries that come out of the woods, they're real aggressive. It's hard to keep up with some of that, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, it provides me with everything from I have food, I have endless source of lumber and fuel for the property. A lot of fun stuff I could be shoot here. I love cooking. I mean, I'm trained culinary. I went to culinary school back in the day. I worked in restaurants for quite a few years. And
how much of it is usable?
How much of the property is usable? It's pretty much all usable. I mean, it's all sloped, but it's terraced off, and I have orchards. I've got a dozen citrus trees. I've got between figs, pears, apples, Asian pears. I've got about 30 other fruit trees on the property. Yeah, I've got 11 olive trees.
Yeah, you
different varieties. I've got some grape growing. All kinds of raised garden beds. I've got wild mint. I've got rosemary and herbs growing all over the place. Lavender growing on the property. It's there's a lot of stuff, and I want to be able to show people how you basically utilize everything. The wild stuff growing, everything. Even like in the back, I have like these redwoods, and I'll put off these teeny little freaking beautiful little tiny pine cones. They're gorgeous. They look really cool when you like put them in a big like resin display, like a big whole tabletop just full of pine cones. Like cool stuff you can do. It's all off your own property. You can just make cool stuff with it, and yeah, it's just I want to be able to show people how you can do everything you want to with your property.
Yeah,
I need somebody to help me do it, because I've tried shooting some videos where I'm trying to like video stuff myself, and it's so fucking hard. It drives me nuts. I'm so inept when it comes to technical stuff with phones and video cameras and computers. I feel like an idiot trying to figure out how to use this shit. So it gets discouraging when I start trying to actually do something. Like I need somebody that knows how to do this shit so I can just help with it and be part of it, not have to try to figure it all out. I can't figure some of this shit out.
I hate to say it, I'm not very technical. So I actually had a friend come in and set up my system here, so now I can make me stickers and t-shirts and shit if I wanted to. And
cool.
So yeah, I got my shit set up that I've been picking up along the way. And so it's rather interesting when you're trying to hook shit up and you can't get it to communicate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck, man? You guys are the same shit. You're both machines. Let's make this happen. But there's a lot of shit that comes involved there.
Well,
we got a couple of new people in here.
What up, Eagle? What up,
Falls.
Joel,
What up,
Donnie,
what up?
Miranda?
How's it going?
Miranda Family
You gotta
Farms.
jump in before Eagle's internet gets cut off.
I think we're
Come
solid. We're solid today.
Good news. Looking good over there, Miranda.
Joel, that's the darkwood. I kept it.
Oh, it's looking good. Nice and chunky there.
Yeah, it's got those. It has those like real curly, what do you call them? Pistils. Got long leaf stems too. But yeah, I like it. I like the effect, the taste. It's good.
Okay.
Kind of been working on harvest here. I got some carcasses. I like took the tops off of these. These floppy
I
dicks
hear
all
that
over the
one
place.
greenhouse that got raided. It looks like one greenhouse has 2 plants standing left in it, and all the rest is just a bunch of stems and leaves and empty pots all over the place.
Fucking scraps of shit hanging around everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I must really suck this year because I took a bunch of cuts, rooted them all out. I had people like 6, 7 years in a row getting clones from me. Hey, no one bought shit this year. I was like, damn. So I got stuck with so many. I took so many clones, and now I got stuck with them all. Operation Overgrow is in full effect.
Dude, market right now is saturated with stuff, and it's slow. I mean, I definitely overall seed sales are down. The website traffic is just down in general. I think just the economy overall, people are just strapped. They're spending so much extra money for everything else. I mean, like when it comes to seeds and clones, I mean that's kind of a luxury item. If you can produce it yourself, go for it. Because for the money you got to spend on that kind of stuff, I can't eat seeds. I can't go and eat my clones. Really, I still got to put food on the table. So I think it comes down to the bottom line for a lot of people. Guys, just priorities, and the seeds are near the end, and all the extra goodies are near the end. So they get cut off first.
Man, look at those fucking buds. That looks awesome, man.
Yeah, the way I've been doing it, I do a little bit of harvest every day. I literally harvest every day. It's kind of a pain in the ass, actually, to the point where I hate it now. Because I use the herbs now dryer, so I'm wet trimming, which is different than I normally do. I've been doing this. I've been using the herbs now for I don't know, like 6 years or some shit. But all it is just extra work when you harvest it.
What's in the pump sprayer?
Right in there right now is water, but it's probably fucking gross. I had a little bit of shit in it because when I move the plants around, I spray underneath it just in case there's any hidden fucking ball bag or something like flour. So I don't want, you know what I mean? This is a precautionary thing. I actually spray underneath the plant, just a light spray. Usually there's a little Dr. Zymes in there.
Right on. What you got smoking on tonight?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go get the Dosey Dum and give that one a shot. Be right back.
You smoking, Jack? Jack Green
Just like a rosin pen. It's a Mountain Express or Blue Flame. I can't remember.
No,
That's
Pretty
terpy.
Super cantaloupe here from DNA.
I'm out and about, so I'm not at home right now. So I'm mobile puffing.
You should puffing. What you got, Joel?
This is some super cantaloupe from DNA.
You can eat seeds, Joel. There's a lot of nutritional value. It's not ideal versus selling them, but I mean, they are actually a great help. Like it's better to buy hemp seed and eat that because it's about the same nutritional content. But
oh yeah, they're good for you for sure, superfood. But buying 10 packs and eating them isn't very cost effective.
Oh no, absolutely not. When you're making them by the thousands or like the buckets full, it's a little easier to eat a handful here.
Sure.
I eat my white ones because people don't like the white ones, even though they sprout most of the time. Like if they press or if they're too white, I'll just eat them because now that I'm making them, I've got a whole bunch of them.
I fed the peacocks some seeds sometimes.
You put them on your
love it
too, right?
They love them, yeah. That's the good stuff.
It really is the best bird seed.
It's good stuff. Lots of omegas in there.
You put them on your pistol handle too, right, Joe?
Yeah.
See, yeah.
I put them in resin. I have have some pens that have seeds in them. Have some 1911 grips that have seeds in them. I'm making a light right now. I told White I was gonna put seeds in the light. She won't let me do that. So there's no seeds going in the light for the wall. I'm making a big like wall light with resin and stuff, so I can't put seeds in that one. I'm going to that.
It'd be a lamp where that, you know what I mean, the stem, the whole main part of the lamp was all seeds and like a clear resin twisted in there. Can you twist that resin once it starts to set up?
I don't think it would hold up. It's gonna keep sagging, like melting kind of on itself, trying to find level.
Okay.
Your best bet for that would be to make some kind of make it out of wood first, and then make a silicone mold out of it, and then pour and fill a mold.
Right on.
There's like a multi-step to get that, but then after you make the mold, you can repeat the process over and over again. You can make the mold. You usually use them multiple times before they break down on you. So,
I'm a J guy. I'm a J guy. If I gotta do it more than once, I'll build me a jig, especially if it's like a project or something I'm gonna do.
Absolutely. Hey, Eagle, have you seen those houses? They're like made out of 2x6s, and they kind of hammer them together, and they got little notches in them like a log house. You haven't seen that shit?
Yeah, I've seen that with kit houses.
It's like
They're pretty amazing.
A little tiny fucking house kind of thing. You put windows in, and it fucking wedges right together. It's just fucking crazy.
It's like a tongue groove, like full size, like two 2x4s, 2x6s that they stack together in a kit.
Yeah, they were like
and
built like
a Lincoln log house. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like 2x8s, dog-eared.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
windows slide right in.
Slap that shit together in a heartbeat.
They've got hempcrete blocks and shit too that they can slap together like Lego blocks. And they put torches to them. It takes like 3 hours for them to burn. It's crazy the different building materials we got now.
Oh yeah. You can order a house from freaking Amazon that comes and you unfold the damn thing. It's like shipping container pieces that all fold out and lock together.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a group called Boxable in Texas who was doing it for a while, and now they're knocking them off. And all these Chinese companies, once you make something in China, you lose that copyright, and they start manufacturing it and selling it to anybody, and everybody will pay.
It's always been a thing, though. I mean, back in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you could order a fucking house from fucking Sears and shit.
Remember the whole episode of the whole Three Stooges episode where they order a house from Sears and they're building a goddamn house for his wives. I mean, that was in the 30s and 40s, exactly. They drop you off everything, including the kitchen sink.
Here's you go. Here's the plan. Yeah. Yeah, and they were pretty good houses too. I've worked on a lot of those houses, still standing. You know, it's amazing. Can't do that shit today. I won't get that quality today. I don't think.
Nah, but
they are doing the pre-manufactured shit though, for sure. Like a lot of it is almost like trailers that are just even like these multi-million-dollar homes. It's like a bunch of trailers essentially slapped together and made into like halls and shit, you know, depending on where you're at and the building material costs. They've got what are like, they end up looking like a home, not a trailer, obviously, because they put all the furnishings and everything on the outside, but they're like prefab. If you want a, 400 square foot section, it's already got all the walls and everything and the insulation, a lot of the stuff. It just saves a lot of the time, and they can transport them on flatbeds and all that. So going back a little bit, Joel, with the 1911 grips, I know California and as well as Oklahoma have started pushing back, but the whole 4473 asked the question, are you an unlawful user of a federally prohibited substance or whatever? And a lot of people will, lie or not buy a gun through a 4473 means to avoid having to do that, like they could do private party transfers and things like that. But it is a little bit, I'd say, on the cowboy end. Do you worry at all about the cannabis and firearms?
I really don't know. I mean, I've actually even had the sheriffs to my property before. I walked them down past my greenhouses while I was growing stuff and showed them where my shooting range was at. So they tell sure they could have a range in my backyard, so they know it's a safe shooting area. It's pretty. Where Sonoma County cannabis has been so ingrained out here. I mean, the Grateful Dead used to be out here around in the exact same area I'm at, like having jam sessions with people smoking all the time. It's been like since the 70s, so much cannabis in this area that the police grow up with it, where their parents smoking. They fucking smoke on the weekends and shit. And they don't even, for the most part, it's kind of, as long as you're not obviously like growing fields of it and going, if it's like a small personal garden, they don't really give a shit. So
yeah, that's good to hear.
I don't have nothing big. I have two little greenhouses going, so it's nothing big going. So nothing really to worry about.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think everybody should have the right to be able to protect their property, and I think that's just one of the many solutions. And so it's a shame that a lot of people have to.
I mean, the founding fathers wrote the Constitution on hemp. The paper is written on hemp paper, and I damn well know they all fucking smoked. So, it's bullshit.
It didn't say shall not be infringed unless you smoke cannabis. Yeah. It was
exactly.
Like pretty clear. But I think that's I don't want to make this all about that. I was just kind of curious.
It's one of the reasons why I think that they're trying to keep it on a schedule instead of descheduling it. They wanted to change it to Schedule 3 instead of descheduling it, like alcohol. Like they're trying to keep it.
It's really crazy and kind of stupid because with alcohol, I mean, 18th Amendment was prohibition, and I think the 21st was like, we fucked up, we're gonna undo that. But when they came back, they weren't like, hey, let's tax them like California, like San Diego. You buy $100 gram of like Percy rosin from 710 Labs, and it's 134 out the door, 132. There's 32% tax. Alcohol, when they legalized, they made it 1% tax across the board because they wanted to basically bring everyone from the old market into the new market, and they didn't want people to go buy from moonshiners. They wanted them to buy it from the regulated market. 1% tax it made it so that they could drive out the unregulated market, where right now the unregulated market just dominates. I mean, when somebody's having to pay 32% tax, or they could go to the 45,000 growers who didn't get permits out of the 50,000 before, in California alone, let alone all the other states that have come on. So it's
they just see this as free, more free money for them. I mean, the government's regularly just run amok like a really shitty business. It should be out of business by now. They get free money. They don't have to earn the money. They just take it from wherever they fucking feel like taking it from. And that's how they run their businesses.
Right. And like some of I've seen it down here. Some of the cities that said, hey, like we'll let you run dispensaries and delivery services, they've got all these millions in tax dollars. And like I could see this city, like right next to the one I went to college, it's gotten so much better and nicer. And like the one that I live in that was supposed to be like, they would kind of like hold their nose up to the other town because they think they're better. They are like, we're going to wait and see, even though 70% of the people voted yes. And even though people wanted cannabis, they're like, we're going to wait and see like a year or 2 years and see how it goes for the other cities. Well, now they're just starting to open shit up because they're seeing all these other cities are fucking raking in all this cash. And even if like they are bringing in money, but like they could bring in even more if they expanded the market to bring in these unregulated people. Because even if it's 32% is ridiculous. So I'm not saying it has to be 1%, but if you brought it down to 10% and you got the entire market, 10% of, 100 billion is better than 32% of, 50 million or whatever the fuck they're bringing in. So if you brought in the full market, they'd make a lot more money, even if they lower the taxes just by
for sure
allowing everyone to play.
Where I'm at in Sonoma County here, I mean, we had under the original medicinal way it was done, we had 80% of the growers were all individual small family farms everywhere, just mom and pops that had extra plants in the back or grew a small extra greenhouse worth for the dispensary. Now that it's changed, those basically the people that lived in those areas, they've been eliminated from the whole scene by zoning laws. They've just been sorry. You live at the same place you grow at. You can't do that pretty much nowadays in Sonoma County. So they've eliminated the whole mom and pop live at home and grow some extra plants and drop them off. So it's basically you need to have a corporate farm in order to operate, and that's the way they want to, for some reason, go that route. I don't understand at all, because all the surrounding businesses did so much better when everybody had extra, several $1,000s from dropping off a pound or two at the dispensary to go spend it on the local shops around. You used to see all the smaller restaurants be out. You can see if you tell it was a family that had growers, and they're buying their kids these $15 hamburgers and shit at the plates and everything else. It's a lot less of that now. It's a lot more. We have a lot of the snooty just wine people in the area is all.
It's a rising tide raises all ships, and Sonoma's known for their wine, and they do make some excellent Pinot. I will say my favorite Pinot comes from Sonoma County, and I'm not as much of a wine person as I am a cannabis person, so it's a shame to hear that they zone out the people that made the market what it is. I mean, all these mom and pops that bred these strains, carried them along for generations and generations, the second, third generation farmers, the people that are doing it up there out of the passion and love of the plant, they're getting closed out of the market because stuff like, oh, your water, runoff goes into something and this and that. Like, they come up with any little regulation, the fish and wildlife, this and that. I'm all for protecting the environment and this and that, but when they've been doing a lot of this stuff fine for years and years, to then zone them out just based on policy, and it's a lot of crony capitalist bullshit. Like, it's these big companies with glass 100%. Greenhouses in Santa Barbara that are saying, hey, let's fuck over the little guys and let's make them get zoned out so that we can sell our stuff for a little bit more, even though it's way worse. We're going to produce it at a way higher volume and just pump it into the market. And I've seen a lot of people shut their doors and turn off their lights, or, some people forced indoors, which is crazy. In California, we've got so much great sun to have people growing inside. Like, in my city, I'm not legally allowed to grow outside, which I think is so stupid.
On my property, I was allowed to have 2,000 square foot of commercial greenhouse that I can actually sell produce from and everything else before I need to get a permit. Over 2,000 square foot, I have to get a permit from the county to operate. So that was all how my zoning's written. Now they just amended my zoning by saying excluding cannabis at the bottom. So they just, in red, put that at the bottom of my zoning ordinance, and negates my whole zoning ordinance how it was when I moved here. Seems real backdoor-like.
Sucks when the government fucks around.
Yeah. So we called and complained and said, well, what am I supposed to do? I said, could we be grandfathered in? And they basically go, no, there's no such thing. There was no ordinance on the so we can't grandfather you into a previous ordinance or law. There's nothing else in the books. You can go rent or buy another property. That was their answer to us. So it's basically just a way to keep it in the hands of a few people and get lots of money from bigger corporations out here for the most part, I think.
And it's easy to shit on California, and there is some great things about the state, but be warned, people, if you're in a state that you think's got it great, Michigan, Oklahoma, wherever, some of these fucked up laws will come your way. And Metric is one example. Metric's a great example of it. They got denied initially in Oklahoma. They're there now. They extract money from every single state that could be going back to the farmers, back to the people, or just lowering the cost. I mean, that whole system is so fucked. And it's just a perfect case of why you should keep your eyes open and be smart with what policies you vote in. So a lot of the time people are just excited. Oh, well, let's get some cannabis legalized. But it's like, if you're going to hand it over to the fucking big tobacco and big pharma, then you might as well just fucking keep it underground or keep it medical. Don't rush if you're in one of those states that doesn't have it yet to get shit policy. Yeah. Take your time and do it right.
That's good advice.
We've seen it sadly in enough states go from great and medical and shit to adult use or rec, whatever they want to call it.
It killed a lot here in Michigan. Even though they were just saying in chat, we just surpassed California as the #1 legal market in the United States. Michigan did. But in my
it was a 2-month period, you had more tax collected from sales.
What's that, Eagle? You guys, Michigan just surpassed California?
Yeah, in the legal market.
Oh, that's a trick, man. That's big.
We grow some weed here, Johnny. Sad it's like, it's like the big corporation getting that tight.
Is it all the laws? Are all the laws fucked up too? Or are you guys doing it? What's happening with that?
That's the sad thing, Johnny, is right now we still have all the fucking laws. We still have the abilities to grow for ourselves, but yet we're still seeing the amount of people growing for themselves fucking dwindle. The amount of caregivers here in Michigan dwindle because of the fucking legal market. Has killed. And what the worst part about that is, and I've been saying this now for a couple of years, is the medical aspect of that. It's being lost behind. And at these dispos, I don't care where you go across the nation, not just in my state. When you walk in there, they're not gonna go, "Hey, what's your reason for being here today? Are you looking for cannabis? What are you using it for?" And help guide you to some proper medicine. Something that will properly help you versus the high THC. That's all they're trying to sell people anymore are numbers, and it's kind of sad because the plant is a powerful medicine. Moreover, like topicals and shit like that. Just yesterday, in fact, my stepmom, fucking knee pain. Give her some fucking little bit of cannabis cream, a little bit of Hope's balm lotion. I'm like, oh, you'll be calling me later. You'll be calling me later. She texts about 2 hours later. Wow, that was amazing. How can I get some of that? You know what I mean? Versus chasing that pharmaceutical bullshit. I was today on my pocket call while I was working. I pocket live. I was talking with that gentleman today.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about that. Later on, I wish the part of that which would have got recorded was the part that kind of was about cannabis, because later on we talked a little bit about cannabis and cannabis as a medicine. Same thing. Bad hands, can hardly move. The older it gets, the harder it is to actually do shit around the house, and it's becoming crippling. So, rather than I've pushed creams now since I've met the gentleman. You know what I mean? It isn't just about the smoke, but he says, a couple puffs of, or what did he say, an edible. I eat half of a 50 milligram gummy, and that helps me with the pain. He said, but now the part, honestly, it's the alcohol. I use a little bit of the alcohol to bury the pain as well. I said, now imagine if you didn't at least have found that little bit of relief in cannabis. If you were on pharmaceutical medicines, pain medications, and still drinking, you would have a fucking terrible problem. You know what I mean? That shit would fuck you up in a hurry. So to see people kind of consider anything other than pills, you know what I mean? I told him tomorrow, I'm bringing you a slice of cream. I know it's gonna help your hands. I'm positive on it. But you know what I mean? I'd rather, and more people are waking up to this. But the sad part of that is if the same people, because he asked me other questions today about like THC. You know what I mean? Is this gonna kill me? It was like literally 97% diamonds that Sticky bought in fucking Arizona or some shit. You know what I mean? But when they go in there, they're sure not going to push that medicine to him. They're going to push him right over to that fucking high THC shit, which is going to cause him anxiety. They're not going to explain that, hey, there's ways you can use this plant that are going to get you off of those pharmaceutical medicines and free up a little bit of money in your budget. Not only that, you can grow that plant for yourself and save a lot of fucking money all the way around. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to walk them right over to the fucking highest THC bud, and they're going to send them out with it. And they're probably going to have a bad experience with it and never try it again, which is...
Well, and even if he likes it, Eagle, even if he loves it, guess what? Next time you go, flavor of the month has changed. They don't keep shit around anymore. Back in the day, it was like you always knew there was going to be Jack Herrera or like White Widow or fucking Super Silver Haze. There was like staples, and they'd stick around for 6 months, years, sometimes like a decade plus in certain cases. But now you go and it's the next cookie cross, it's the next gelato, cake, whatever the fuck, and like you're saying, it's all focusing on high THC, and they're losing so many of these great medical strains. Like GG4 is a rare one to see in shops nowadays, like where I'm at least, and you're seeing a lot of gushers and fucking Slurdy 3 and all this other shit, but you don't see old school Super Silver Haze or, you know, any like the classic shit. Like even OG Kush is more rare unless you're going to certain spots. And I think a lot of these former strains that had medical use during that medical era are being swept under the rug and replaced now with kind of a pigeonholed, kind of a, you know, bottlenecked gene pool that's a lot of the same stuff. So I'm thankful for, you know, people like Sub and Joel and others who did unique work and still put out unique work that isn't all cookie all the time or all cake or all whatever the modern, you know, rendition of that thing is. But a lot of what I see in the market, sadly, is a lot of that same hype, people chasing the same few big names. And then, oh, next month it's Oreos. And now this month it's Zushi and whatever the fuck, you know, like who's got the flashiest Mylar bag to put the shit in. And
just the other day, I went down to what is considered the best dispensary here in Las Vegas, and that's called Hardeen's. And I went into this place and I asked him, I said, what's your best shit? I want to see it. He brought the best stuff out, and I said, well, has this got chemical in it? And I said, man, I'm talking about organically grown. I want to see some of your best shit. And he brought some stuff out, and this stuff here, it only had like an eighth inside the jar, and it was pretty. It looked really nice. It looked close to what I have, you know, well done. It had the hairs on it and everything. It wasn't beat the fuck up. It wasn't round, you know, it didn't look like little nuggets, you know. So I asked him what the cost would be, and it ended up coming up to $77 for an eighth of that stuff.
Jesus Christ.
And then I looked at him and I says, you know, he says, well, not only that, you get a joint with it too. And I said, what's the joint? And he goes, oh, well, you probably don't want it. It's chemically grown. And, you know, he was saying, and I said, yeah, but I could give it away. And I thought about it for a minute, and I go, you know what? I got plenty of stuff at home. I don't even need this shit. You know, that's what I said to him. And I just turned around and walked out.
That's how I always feel at the store every time I go.
I really was very disappointed in the fact that they charge so much for such a little bit. And then I was looking at my friend that was with me, and he says, man, that's fucking insane. And he says, your shit looks way better than that, you know? So he says, yeah, I don't blame you for not going into it. The other thing I wanted to say was, I got a ride from, I have to call this company to get rides to my doctor's appointments since I can't drive right now. And I was talking to this young lady, and her mom's got cancer. And I told her, have you looked into mushrooms? And a lot of people still don't understand that there's mushrooms out there that are not psilocybin, you know? So it's like, and they don't realize that there's stuff out there that actually help with cancer, you know? So I pointed her in the right direction. I told her to look up Paul Stamets and check his stuff out and see what he's got. But it's funny how people it's funny how people just don't. They just look at they look at chemo, and that's it, man. That's it. That's what they got. You know, poison.
So the doctors will give them.
Probably.
Sorry, yeah, Jeff. and it's so freaking sad, you know, because they actually could have an opportunity to do it, you know. I don't know. I wish I would have known about that shit before my mama passed, you know. But I wasn't into it. I was just like her. I was ignorant. Didn't know shit. So anytime you guys get an opportunity to talk about mushrooms or cannabis and helping people out, man, spread that word. Spread it out, let people know. Because they're naive to the situation. They all think it's like this, category 1 fucking drug or whatever they call it. So,
I've told so many people with skin cancer because it's huge. I mean, Southern California, we get a lot of sun. A lot of people don't put on any sunscreen. They get burnt. They end up getting skin cancer at some point. And so many of them either get like skin grafts or skin removed or chemo or all sorts of more invasive things. I'm like, have you tried RSO? Like, have you heard of it? Have you tried of it? Like, and then I'm like, Rick Simpson himself, 20 years ago, had skin cancer. He got it surgically removed on his face and it grew back. The one on his arm that he had scheduled to surgically get removed, he put THC or RSO, Rick Simpson oil, on the bandages. And within a few weeks, it was gone before his surgery even came about. So instead of getting the one on his face removed, he said, I'm going to use that same oil that worked on my arm. And guess what? The one on his face went away and didn't need to be surgically removed. And the doctors in Canada were like, well, that's kind of amazing, but it's not legal here because this was 20 years ago. It just became legal in Canada.
So you can't do that here. You have to go through the pharmaceuticals in order to get your help through a doctor. And
yeah. So they're like, that's not approved. It's not in our Hippocratic oath, blah, blah, blah.
Doctors work for you. You can fire their ass just the same as you can fire a fucking mechanic if you don't like them.
I used RSO on my cat. He had a lymphoma cancer. He had a big open wound on his arm. And basically, he was given about 6 months to live. We used RSO on the open wound, and I started a regimen on him. The first dose, even though it was a small dose, it fucked him up. It was strong. So I had to sit with him for like 12 hours after that. But he got his tolerance up to the point where he was actually taking well close to three quarters of a gram a day of RSO. We got 6 more years out of him. The wound healed up on his arm 100%. Hair grew back out of it. He resumed a quite normal, happy life. I gave him RSO for he took it for about 4 months. I gave him RSO to the point where, I went through a total of about close to 60 grams of oil for him.
You should go back to the vet that said he had 6 months and tell him that story. You know what I mean?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. The vet is, she's like, I can't recommend anybody, but, I'm under oath of my whatever law bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad to hear that. Blah. It's really encouraging. So, she was supportive of it, but she said there's no science behind it. That's all the other bullshit that they pull off from the doctors. They can't, I guess, research it legally. Now they can, I guess, hopefully we can get some actual research.
You can tell other doctor friends
behind
and spread the word.
Yeah, they start spreading the word, and people can start recommending it to people.
Yeah,
it'd be nice.
The system's
but yeah,
man.
It worked.
Medical
I know
if
I got diagnosed with something instantly, I'd be firing my fill up and making a batch of RSO right away if I got diagnosed with anything.
I think it's good
100%.
preventative, man. Even like a little quarter gram a day, just take a few little rice grains, keep a little pain down, inflammation down, sleep good. All that stuff is like cancer preventative, lowering the stress. I will say, Rick did have a stroke 20 years later, and he's like one of those people. He's trying to raise funds, I think, right now to help with his recovery from going through his stroke. And that is one thing that some of the critics say of ultra high THC doses all the time can potentially lead to that. But I think a certain amount of people get strokes no matter what. So he might have just been in that.
I think that's kind of hereditary, I would think, right, Jack?
Yeah.
A lot of people have.
Well, and admittedly, he got so famous. I think that the stress of that, man, everybody knew who he was. He started wanting it to not be called RSO after a certain point in time, because there would be people that would get cancer and maybe it wouldn't help their particular type. Maybe it'd give them a few extra months or less pain, but they'd go on to pass. And there's a lot of shit that maybe you helped 5,000 people, but you saw 1,000 of them die, and that's fucking heavy to be able to help some but not others.
I've had a few operations here lately, and I've had to do some extreme checkups to make sure that I was healthy enough to go through this shit. And every one of the doctors that did the checkups was telling me like my heart was like a marathon runner's heart. They said my blood flow is amazing. They said the lungs, they said they're crystal clear. And you know, I've been smoking weed forever. And the thing is I've never smoked any cigarettes of any sort. Not that, you know, I don't believe in that. It's killed my mama, so I stay way away from it. But at the same time, you know, I get done taking a hit, good hit, and I go down to the doctor and they're listening to my lungs and they said, man, your lungs sound really good. You know, because what the fuck, man, it's an expectorant. It's going to push that any kind of shit that's in your lungs out anyways. You know, that's what makes the cough. So, and if you're growing clean weed, you're not going to have any leftovers, you know?
One of the dudes from the Ghetto Boys cured his asthma with it when he was a kid. They said they kept giving it to him until he coughed out all the shit that fucked him up and gave him asthma. I think it was the real short one. I can't think of his fucking name. Bushwick Bill. He talks about it on a podcast. Bushwick Bill describes how the old Jamaican remedy for curing asthma. It's like a cannabis tea, and he had it weeks in a row when he was a kid. Once his parents found out he had asthma, and it cured him of his asthma. So, I mean, it's a powerful medicine. A lot of shit gets suppressed. They have so many natural remedies down there that we don't even implement in our process. And like you're saying, Johnny, with your lungs, like when I was in college, when I started smoking weed again, we had a surf lab, and they would like hook you up to a surfboard and then like put a little mask on your face to see how hard you'd be breathing and like what your lung capacity is and your VO2 max. Like, and I went in there like taking bong rips like right before, like, you know, and Michael Phelps fucking won 8 gold medals while he was taking bong rips. So I'm like, I went in kind of like, you never know. I set the fucking record, the highest VO2 max they've ever tested. That was like the biggest, you know, fucking bong rip and stoner. So I think that if you just stick to cannabis, I think your lungs can stay pretty fucking healthy for a long time. I mean, look at Eagle. He's out there fucking running fucking 5Ks, 10Ks, and all sorts of races.
I was going 5.2 the other day. I had to walk a little bit of it. My legs fucking seized up, but it's all part of training.
And that can happen to 20-year-olds. When I was in college, I'd see people seize up if you push it too hard.
I saw you go
hydrated.
It was fucking painful. Once the legs up, it took me 32 minutes to walk a half mile, and then fucking that night, Miss Angel had to practically sit on top of me and chase the fucking muscle spasms up and down my fucking legs. But again, and you know what I mean? Fucking on the other side of that, lathered up that night with cannabis creams and shit like that. Next morning, hit it again, up and walking the next day. Thought that, you know what I mean, that day was bad, you know, but it's all about, you know, raising that bar, you know. But yeah, I believe, well, on the other side of that, Jack, I believe that cannabis flower doesn't affect you. So smoking the flower like that doesn't affect your lungs as much. Dabs, woo! I've had weeks now where I've dabbed a good week before a race, and man, I feel that shit right here, man. It's like, ooh, I don't like that. But like, same thing. I fucking the other day when I did that run video, we stopped and smoked 3 joints along that 15 miles. Stop, you know what I mean, for a quick 5, puff a joint, take back off running. That shit ain't affecting your lungs. Yeah.
I agree, man. You got to stick to the flower. I got to get running, unfortunately. I wish I could hang out a little longer with y'all, but it's been great. Joel, Johnny, Miranda Family Farms, Eagle Gardens, fucking always good talking shit with Eagle. Great to see you on, Eagle, and thank you all for having me.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I got to get going, too.
I
got to close my greenhouses up. They're time to put my girls to bed. So I'm taking off, too. I got to take care of business. Joel. Good talking to everybody. Thanks for having me on, Eagle.
Any deals on the website, Joel?
Pardon me?
Any deals on the website? Yeah.
There's always deals on the website. Tell them.
That's a good answer. That's
Use the code summer, 10% off. Code summer, 10% off.
there you go.
And then I have 2 menus that are on sale too. And I got a bunch of promos, all kinds of extra shit. It's all listed on the site. All kinds of goodies. Yeah, you can't read them. It's too fast. All right. I got to go. I got greenhouses to close up. Good night, guys.
Thank you, Joel.
Take it easy.
Peace, brother. That was cool. Always good to see him. Hey, Miranda, that was awesome, man. Thanks for repping that shirt, man.
You already know.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
Start there. Yeah.
Yep. Wednesday, Wu-Tang Wednesday, and Juneteenth coming up. And then Friday is the first day of summer. Hopefully you guys got something cool to do.
Watch the sunset. What I'll probably be doing. The longest one of the year, man. It's the longest day of the year.
Yeah.
My buddy's going to be doing a show, so I'm going to be heading into the city to go check that out. That's this Friday. That'll be cool. Something to do.
Right on.
We went to a hip-hop show in Providence, Rhode Island. Me and my buddy, just a few days, it was like Friday or something. And there was nobody there. It was like 5 people in the crowd. It was weak. It's hard to book shows nowadays.
I fucking don't care if anybody's in the crowd, man. If they fucking, there's live music, I'll sit down. Good fucking time. I love live music. Love it. Again, got it summer. There's a lot of free summer. You guys have like a free concerts around you? Around me, we got them free concerts in the park. A lot of venues put on at least one free concert a year.
I got a spot like that over in my town.
The only free stuff they have over here might be at the maybe at a, what do they call that shit? Fuck, I just had it in my head. The Fremont Experience, you can actually walk through there, and sometimes they will have bands and stuff playing on the weekends, and you can stand off in the back and kind of watch it and not be right in the midst of the party. You know what I'm saying? And not have to pay for it. Is
that tunnel looking thing?
Yeah. They have a zip line there and shit like
Hell
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool looking.
I got like 3.5 months before I go visit Johnny.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to start driving again. This is just absolutely driving me insane, not being able to drive. I don't have the strength in my arm to do it yet. Can't turn my wheel.
Gotta be tough, brother.
Yeah, it's, you know what though, man, I got good range in my shoulder now, stuff that I couldn't do before. I just got to build the muscles up that I haven't used for 5 years, you know? So that's what's holding me back. But at least they gave me a blank check for getting rides to my appointments and everything, so I don't have to worry about getting rides. Even if they fuck up and say I don't have the right labs, you know, it's what it is. Making me think about stuff. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with the lawyers again. I might have to think differently about the way things are gonna get fixed.
All those things are 50-50 that they're gonna work or not, obviously. I told you I got it, and it was in me for 3 days, and it was the worst pain I've ever had. I had to have them take it out.
And that kind of concerns me too, because I heard your story, I've heard my brother's story, and my brother's unit is broke down now, so he's got to get a new one put in. So it doesn't sound like a really good solution to me.
They got to put those copper leads in the exact perfect spot, and if it's a little bit off, it ain't gonna work.
Yep.
And that's what happened with me. They don't know how far they put it off, but that shit fucked me up.
Scary shit. Scary. I'm not excited about it.
But it could work. So that's why I did it. A 50-50 chance I could wake up and be pain-free, or at least a little less, maybe. It's worth a try.
Yeah.
You got a good doctor. Some things I don't gamble on unless I know I've got confidence in my doctor. But any
Well,
doctor will tell you, no matter how good they are, it's about your outlook. You know what I mean? Your attitude going in. If you don't perceive a good outcome, there's not going to be a big good outcome. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I totally. When I go into my operations, I think that everything's going to come out perfect.
That's the best thing to. Yeah, I didn't. When I first started having like problems and having to go under the knife and shit. Yeah, I Google all that shit and fucking scared the fuck out of myself about every surgery I ever had for the longest. Shoulder surgery. I'm gonna get dry socket. It's gonna fucking never be able to use that bitch again. Hernia bullshit, man. I was scared to death. And finally, after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this to myself anymore. I'm just not doing this to myself. This is way worse.
Well,
What is that? MD?
the
The
stuff that
fuck,
you don't want to go on WebMD, man.
yeah.
No, man, that's just like, that's going to tell you you got leukemia, you got about 3 days to live, you know.
Everything
Fucking,
results in death on the end of the fucking
yeah, fucking
WebMD.
give it up, write your will. I mean, it's pretty end life kind of shit right there. They don't have any ways to fix shit on there. I have some good doctors, though. I have some people that have really been looking out for me and pushing to get the right shit done. And one thing is every one of you guys need to realize that when you go to a doctor, you have the last word on anything that's going to happen to you. So if you don't feel comfortable about something, get a second opinion. You know, don't allow these motherfuckers to practice on you. I mean, it's just like I don't. I trust doctors only so much, and I've been lucky enough to find a couple of them that have been really good. And if it hadn't been for Lucky Mike giving me some advice about 3.5 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, whatever it was, I'm not exactly sure, but man, his advice that he gave me, man, it made me think differently about the doctors. So now I realize that, man, they're just like a mechanic, and you can fire them just the same as you can fire anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Good advice. That was good. That is good advice.
I mean, because you are in charge of your health. And when I went into my back surgery, I had a powwow with all 4 doctors because there was 4 doctors that were involved in my operation. They all had their own fucking thing that they had to do, you know? So I had a conversation with each and every one of them, making sure that I wanted to hear their qualifications. I wanted to know what they were going to do. How do you feel about it? Shit like that. I questioned them. I put questions to these fuckers that they don't even expect coming, man. It's like a right and a left hook all at the same time.
Yep. Like, how many of these have you done, buddy?
Yeah.
If I'm the first one, I don't want to do it yet.
I mean, when I first started seeing my pain doctor, they had to. This was the new one after I fired the first one. I went to this guy and he says, "Yeah, we got to do this discogram." I'm pretty sure you remember that, Eagle. And they gave me the discogram, and it took an hour and a half to do a half an hour project. And they said, "Yeah, your back's really, really bad." And they said, "We're sorry for any pain that you might have after this." And what the fuck, man? I couldn't even walk, after they got done doing that. So that was for sure that I had to have the operation at that point.
That discogram was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't blow your disc up like a balloon.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Run a dye through it, and it all leaked out. Like, that was painful. I might even have pissed myself because you're like half in and out of consciousness. They keep knocking you out and waking you up.
they want you to be awake so that you can feel the pain. And I called him Dr. Mangler, you know, Dr. Mangala, the one that did all the torturing in Germany, you know. Yeah. Felt like he was a torture doctor. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
was a
the
very,
dosey dum,
very
man. I got a really good hit off this dosey dum.
What's the taste on it?
Well, the taste is not like the smell. The smell is kind of like it's kind of lemony with let's go here. It's like lemony with an effervescent in the back end of it, kind of like a zesty kind of a smell. It's about what it smells like, and it hits really nice, real smooth, and it creeps up along the backside of your head and gets you fucking high as heck.
You got that lemon pepper chicken taste on it though, or?
Lemon pepper chicken? No, it doesn't have that kind of shit going. No.
Well, guys, I hate to do this, but man, it's 11 o'clock. I've been
Yep, my
working
lights are out.
all day long in the 95-degree heat, sun, sweated my ass off. I stopped, got
We
some.
heard you. Heard you scraping pipes of bricks or something.
It was bricks. Pulling up brick pavers and shit. They were all fucked up. Not my work, but I'm fixing it. So, gotta
Brick
relay it
City.
tomorrow. Fucking hot as fuck. Supposed to be 90 again tomorrow. Today was 95. Direct sun. That's why I'm fucking all cooked. I'm all slimed up. Fucking ate
You
two
need the
pieces.
umbrella hat.
Slid into this, and I'm dying for a shower. I'm literally slimed. I'm dying for a shower.
I got you beat. It was only 110 out here today.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that.
Peace and love,
All right,
everybody.
peace and love, weed nerds.
Take care of people. Look after the elderly in the heat in any kind of situations. Check out
Sip on that water.
Yeah. Keep people in mind, man. Be kind.
Peace
and love, always.
Thank you, Johnny, for popping in. Seth, you guys have a great day. The rest of you guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Very, very much appreciate you guys hanging after all these fucking years. Very much appreciate it. You guys want to find me? You know where to find me. Right here. Run Eagle Run. RunEagle1.com. Or at Run Eagle Run on YouTube, right? I think that's right. Fucking talk shit with Eagle, Instagram, you know that, all that bullshit. Other than that, oh yeah, Eagle at Home Improvements. Only if you guys need some work done, let me know. Other than that, you guys have a great week. I will see you hopefully Thursday. You never know what's up in the in-between. Other than that, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I'm out of here. Peace.